YTBC, what's the deal? So I just want to do a quick post-fight to Solomon HAUMONO. He was in action against Manuel Pucheta. This fight is on YouTube. I will leave the link in the description box, and you go ahead and check the fight out for yourself here on YouTube. Now we know HAUMONO. First, he was scheduled to fight, or he signed to fight David Haye, and then it fell through. They ended up giving that fight to Mark Demore in January. So HAUMONO, he is rated number 13 by the WBA. We also know that he offered, him and his team offered Lucas Brown $1 million to fight. We know Brown is going through his situation now with his failed drug test. So HAUMONO also was trying to get a Joseph Parker fight. So he is keeping his name out there, you know, throwing his name out there to try to get a fight. He is rated by the WBA, so you have to take that into consideration. Now, this fight with Pucheta, it was for the interim WBA Oceania heavyweight title. Pucheta, you know, he had 39 wins. He had 32 wins by KO. You know, 11 losses. He's been knocked out 6 times. I actually heard of his name when I was looking up a Romanian prospect, Bogdan Dinu, who I've done a prospect watch video on. Go and check that out. So I've heard of his name before, and I knew just a little bit about him. Veteran guy, looks pretty out of shape when you look at his physique. Now in this fight with HAUMONO, man, he chose to fight off his back foot. He was getting walked down a little bit. There was a part in the first round where he went on the attack towards the end of the round. He'll have his little spurts here and there, but HAUMONO was walking him down. He was pretty calm, using his jab, trying to set up his right hand. His right hand was missing a little bit earlier in the fight. Then he started to mix in a little uppercut. He fought at a measured pace. He really didn't get pressured all that much. He was pretty much fighting on his front foot all night against Pucheta. Pucheta, like I said, he was doing little survival tactics. He'll, you know, rush in and grab, and then he'll hit HAUMONO in the back of his head and then try to complain to the ref. And, you know, and then after complaining to the ref, he'll try to sneak over a right hand on the clinch again. Just doing a lot of little veteran type of survival type of things in there. He really had nothing for HAUMONO. HAUMONO was started to land his right hand. Pretty much rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, pretty much the same. The round 6, they come out. He's still walking Pucheta down. He was slightly missing his right hand a little bit, but he was landing it. He was landing some good body punches, fighting with his hands down a little bit, using his jab, looking like how Larry Holmes would look, you know, as far as working your shots with your hands down. He wasn't moving like Larry Holmes, but just his combinations and his punch selection. He snuck a few pull counters in there too, which I noticed. But just besides getting caught off balance a few times and hitting the ropes, he pretty much fought a decent fight, a good fight against Pucheta. The punch that stopped the fight, he caught Pucheta when Pucheta was falling back into the corner, and he caught him with a straight right hand that hurt him. Pucheta went down. Looked like he was genuinely hurt. His mouthpiece came out, but it just didn't look like he wanted to get up. Didn't look like he wanted any more of that work. Pucheta, he tried to fight with his hands down. He was trying to go from righty to lefty, just trying to do things to waste time in the ring, you know, to try to drag the fight out. And you can tell he was doing little survival type of tactics. But HAUMONO kept his name out there. He stayed active. He won the fight. So just getting this result out there. YTBC.